the mode door down here on the bottom, it did fix the defroster, and it did fix it going from the dash to the floor and all that stuff. But we still heard that clicking noise, so we went ahead and put the one in here. That back screw is a nightmare. Out here tonight messing around with a 2011. It's made late in the year 2010 Ford F150 pickup truck. I just got a notification saying my battery's going dead, but show you what it's doing. So, really nice truck. This is my niece's truck, and I'm thinking the blend door under here has went bad, because when we turn the you're supposed to be able to see this rod right here move whenever you change it from floor to defrost and all that, and that's what's happening. It's not going from floor to defrost and all that, and you're hearing a clicking in the dash. So, and they said it doesn't blow heat until the clicking goes away. I want to show you a little bit about what it does. This is my first time looking at it. Let's see here. There, right there. So there's one that's supposed to control the hot to cold in behind the radio. Then there's that one down there. Now, what we're gonna do first is on this one down here, there's supposed to be 3 bolts to the gas pedal. Right up in here, those 3 bolts. And then there's 2 bolts that hold the actuator itself on, right up in there. So I'm gonna get these 3, I think they're 13mm bolts out, and swing the gas pedal aside. So my current situation is upside down in the seat, and the steering wheel's right here. And that thing is way on up and under the dash a little bit further than I thought it was, but we're gonna take a look at it now. So there is a guide pin that it goes in right here. It's on the new one from O'Reilly's. It looks like a Phillips head screwdriver. It's kind of a full-way slot. And just unplug it, plug the new one in, and when it comes off, here's what it looks like. Now, we did go through the motions and checked it, the old one, and it wouldn't move when you would go from one side to the other, go from the floor to the defrost and all that. This one does. And what I had to do is I put it up here like it goes. I hope you guys can see all right, because let me turn the flash on for you. There we go. So I plugged this one in, went through the motions with it, and it did what it was supposed to do. It did turn back and forth as we was going from the floor to the defrost and all. And like I say, there's little guides. And I actually ended up holding it up here just right and having my nephew change the direction, and as the motor started turning, it fell into place. I don't know if that's the correct way to do it, but I couldn't really figure out any better way to do it. Pull the slot back, push the button and unplug it, and then take the 2 screws out. You go ahead and plug in your new one, check it, make sure it's working, get it back in the hole. 2 screws, one here, one up on top, and this is done. 3 bolts holding the gas pedal back in. It says they torque to 18 foot-pounds, and that's a done deal. We have already tried it out and it does work, but I'll show you again better once I get up right in the seat. Gas pedal back in. We'll start it with the bottom one because that's the easiest one to reach. Wiggle it back into place. Get your bolt hole lined up. Get it started. Got all 3 of them started. Now we'll snug them up. You can hear it all changing now. That one actuator fixed everything up. He wants to go ahead and replace the one behind the dash that controls hot to cold. I don't know that I feel like it has to be changed, but if that's what he wants, we're going to go ahead and do it while I'm here. But I know if you go back and forth on it, it does go, you can feel it change from hot to cold. But he said after we put this one in a while ago, he still heard the clicking in the dash. It clicked like 2 times and stopped. Alright, so we're starting in, and we never done this before. It's me and my nephew sitting here in the truck, and on that side over there, the guys that I seen taking them apart on YouTube, they were just popping them all loose, and they coming apart real easy. This one did not, but it doesn't have to come all the way apart. It's just barely got to come back enough to get the stereo undone. So you do have to take this screw, the 2 on top. You take the little rubber mat out, lay it to the side. There's 2 of these, and that could be holding. And then down here, this is a booger. This is a pain in the butt to get out. The little aux cord and the USB, it just pops out. And when it pops out, there's a 7mm screw right there. I'll try to show it better as I'm putting it back together, but you can see it right there. And like I say, the reason I'm not being more better with this is because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm figuring it out first time. But you can see how this piece does lock in behind the dash right there. Once you pull this forward and over and that forward and over, it unlocks these latches so that it will come out. So anyway, I unhooked the 4-way flasher switch. I'm gonna take these 4 screws right here out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7mm, and pull the CD player out, and then we should be able to see that next actuator. Most of these plugs was self-explanatory and easy. We did just take these 4 out. On the back side of this, they just plugs here, 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 and most all of them got push tabs. This one it does have a push tab. It's just kind of hard to push it, but just unplug those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 connections, and that came out. And then the CD player had the antenna on it. On the antenna, I thought it was just an old school antenna, so I was trying to pull it out. You can't do that. You got to actually pull this piece to unlock it. Then there was these, and yeah, the yellow one right there. And that was all it was to get that out. And there's the actuator we're going for. So we're probably going to have to pull the glove box out to get to the plug, and there's another bolt on the back side. And then to get that out, you just squeeze the sides together just like that, and it drops down. And we should be able to take these 2 screws right here out, that one and that one, and get this completely out of the way. They should be 7mm as well, I hope. Everything in here has been 7mm so far. One thing I'm just noticing, that lock is broken. We're not the first ones to get in here and change this one, but I've already taken the bolt out on this side right there. I gotta figure out how to get that lock backed out without breaking it the rest of the way off, and unplug it, and then figure out how to get an 8mm. This was an 8, not a 7, on the back side right there. Alright guys, so that back screw, it is pretty much a nightmare. We got a little 1/4-inch ratchet, 8mm, and it's not the best one in the world, but when you go in, you won't be able to go straight in on top of it. Like right through here, you gotta go in, around through this way, and then up on top and fish it across through there, and then pull it back in to get on top of it. Then once it comes up so far, you won't be able to get your ratchet off. So yeah, that was not designed for replacing that part, in my opinion. So we're still working on it, but the rest of us went really quick. Like I say, that clip was broke on it, the lock clip, but once we actually get it out, then that'll be easy. So what we wound up having to do is plug the faceplate back in and move the temperature control knob back and forth, and you could watch the actuator move as we moved it back and forth. And we was holding it directly over top of the hole, and it fell into place. And then we got our bolts back in, and that back one is an absolute freaking nightmare. A couple of the videos I watched was talking about leaving it out, and I'm not gonna lie to you about it, we left it out too because we need to get a better socket to get in there, a better ratchet and a better socket to get in there to get it back on. So I'm not leaving it out forever, just leaving it out for now. It's already after 9 o'clock, all the parts stores done closed. I have one 90 miles down the road, but I'll bring it next time I come. Anyway, So all we have left to do, and if you think about pulling this out and going in through this way, that's not going to work either. You can't get a straight shot at it. It was a good idea, it was a good thought, but all this stuff is in the way. So we're going to start buttoning things back up. All it is plugging the CD player back in and putting it back in, plugging all this front stuff back up, screwing it back in, and then popping this stuff back into place. I mean, like I say, it should be a simpler job than it was. The mode door down here was a whole lot better than the blend door up here, and that one bolt is the only thing that really made this a nightmare. But anyhow, we're going to go ahead and start tightening it back up. If we run into anything interesting, I'll let you know. It's all back together. I'm going to go through and tell you the door that we put, the mode door down here on the bottom, it did fix the defroster, and it did fix it going from the dash to the floor and all that stuff. But we still heard that clicking noise, so we went ahead and put the one in here. That back screw is a nightmare, and I wished I'd have got better video of how we got it out, but it was awful. You'll need just the perfect 1/4-inch drive ratchet and socket to get on it. Now, everything is working now. We'll go ahead and turn the fan up just a little bit, and here is floor only, and I feel it on my feet. Floor and defrost. It's definitely blowing out on defrost. Just on the vents, I felt it leave my feet. Now it's coming out the vents. Yep. And then I feeling it come back to my feet. Feet only. The defroster, put it on just straight defrost. It does come on. It goes away from here and here and goes straight up, all up to the top. Then something that we figured out earlier, we was trying to get the rear defrost to come on, and it wouldn't come on. And we noticed that if you open the sliding back door, this button, the sliding back glass, if it's not closed, it doesn't complete the circuit, doesn't let it come on. You close it, now it works. So if that's not working, make sure that that back glass is closed, and if it's still not working, I might suggest cleaning the contacts on the back glass. The one in there is working too, to switch it over to cold. I feel the heat's going away and the cool's coming in. Then we'll go back to heat, and you hear the doors change. So those two actuators, all in, that was less than $75 for those two actuators, and it's taken us about 3.5 hours. It took about 30 minutes to put this one in, if that, and it took about an hour and a half to get that back screw out. Was hoping I would find the easy way to do it and I could share that with you guys, but I didn't. So, but if it wasn't for that back bolt, both of these actuators would have been about a 2.5 hour job, or probably a 2-hour job. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I do hope, I know this is not the most descriptive video, but I do hope it helps you out. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like early access to all of my videos pretty much before they ever make it to YouTube or any other platform, and exclusive videos that won't ever make it to any other platform, consider going over and checking out my membership site. I've left the link in the description and in the comments of this video. Go over, check it out. It's a 14-day free trial. If you don't like it, cancel it anytime. Thank you for considering. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.